subject grade, and then we would also get another grade, which was your conduct grade. Y'all remember that? Oh, yeah. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. But in that conduct grade, my daddy, one time, the worst whooping I ever got, Deacon, was not because I made an F in math. Daddy understood. I didn't understand math. He didn't either. Yeah. And he was the one that helped me, so if he didn't understand, I wasn't going to get it right. Am I right about it? So here it was. I got my report card. And you know, back when I was growing up, when you got your report card, the teacher gave it to you, but when you got your report card, you walked in the house and put it on the table. You didn't take it in your room.
Doctor
and you better not stick it in your pocket, because Dad said, I don't want it to be wrinkled. I want it to be smooth. And so I took it and put it on the table. And I never forget, my mother looked at it, and she said, oh, let me call your dad. I said, I made a C, a D, a C, a C, a B, a D. I said, why is she mad? But she wasn't mad because of my academics. She was mad because of my conduct. Oh, yeah. And so Daddy got off his job, got in his raggedy 1953 truck, GMC, came to the house. When he got to the house, he said, boy, your mama said, he ain't read no report card. He don't know if she told the truth or not. Your mama said that the teacher said that in your conduct you made a D because you wouldn't sit in your seat. I said, Daddy, he said, I ain't thinking about that. I'm thinking about that D you made because you wouldn't sit in your seat. So here comes Daddy. Next time, sit in your seat. Don't say a word. Do you understand? Yeah. Go and tell him, Doctor. Go on. I said, yeah, I wrote a F up to a B. And you what? What's wrong, Daddy? He said, you know what? I don't care if you are never smart, but I want you to know how to act.
Amen. Amen.
And some of you want to know why you keep on getting. Because you don't know how to act.
Okay.
And God says, I'm going to keep on whooping you until your conduct becomes holy.
Okay.
I'm going to keep on withholding my blessings.
Okay.
Until your conduct becomes holy. I'm going to keep on causing one calamity after the other until your conduct becomes holy. He says, I want your conduct. I don't care what you're dealing with. You might not like me. But I don't have to repay evil for evil.
Okay.
There you go.
You might owe me some money, Ebony. But I don't get mad at her because she owes me money. My conduct has to be of such that God can get the glory out of it. Because guess what? Some folks don't read the Bible. All they can do is read you. You're supposed to be saved. What am I reading?
Right.
You're supposed to be holy. What am I reading? You talk about all that stuff that God can do. What am I reading? And God says they read your conduct. How you act when nobody is looking. Right now. There was a teacher that we had in our class. Her name was Bertie B. Richardson. My wife and I both had her. Miss Birdie B was about this size. And she could barely make up the stand because she was so big. And so one day, we thought that we would get Miss Birdie B. I was sick of Miss Birdie B. She taught me English. I was sick of her. I did not want to deal with her no more. So we put some tacks in Miss Richardson's seat. And we put it all around so she couldn't miss it. And we just made a circle. It was me, KP, Roy Lee, and Troy Lee. And Miss Richardson came in after lunch. All right, class. Pull your stuff out. And I want you to turn to page 30. And she said, and I'm so tired now. Boom!
Oh.
That woman hollered. And I said, now y'all chilling. Don't y'all say nothing. Guess what? The principal pulled us all out one by one. How many of you know my name came up more than anybody else? I'm in the 9th grade, so I said, I know Daddy ain't coming up to the school like he did in elementary. Mr. Moore, who was my godfather, called my dad. My daddy worked a split shift. He worked at the City National Bank in the mornings. In the evenings, during the time of his split shift, he'd go out and cut grass. Then go back to the City National Bank. So Daddy was out in Mr. E.A. Davis' yard, cutting his yard. Oh, man. He called Mr. E.A. Davis' house, who was the vice president of the City National Bank, and told him to call the school. Now, 2 things why Daddy was mad. Number 1, I stopped him from cutting the yard. Number 2, he had to go in that woman's house and use her telephone. And the principal said, you need to come get Ronnie because he has put tacks in Mrs. Richardson's desk, seat, and she has been hurt. Daddy came to the school. I said, Daddy, you can't prove. That I did it. All right, Doctor. You can't prove that I did it, Daddy. And Daddy said, you know what? I don't have to prove it.
You just.
They said it. I come by here to tell you, you know what? Sometimes you think that you got away with your conduct with God. And because you said that can't somebody got to prove it, God said, I don't need nobody to prove it. I know you did it anyhow. All right? And what I want you to begin to understand is God says you do good at church, but you mess up when you go home.
Right.
Oh, y'all missed that. In here, you don't cuss. But out there, you do. All right. In here, you don't smoke. But out there, you do. In here, you don't swear. But out there, you do. And God says, I'm tired of you acting trick or treat. You're one way in the church and another way out there. I'm looking for some consistent conduct. Yeah. So you know what my daddy did? He said, all right, Ronnie. He said, tonight I'm going to break you. He said, when you get home, I'm going to get you. I said, man, I'm getting home late. I'm getting you to bed. He ain't getting me. And guess what? He didn't touch me on Tuesday. Ooh. He didn't touch me on Wednesday. Yeah. He didn't touch me on Thursday. He didn't say nothing about it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He waited a month later. Oh. I'm sitting at the breakfast table with my pajamas on, eating me some flapjacks and eating me some grits and having a good time, and my father walked up behind me and said, son, I told you that I'm going to break you on today. And that old man grabbed me from behind, pulled me out of that chair, and he said, you know what? Even though I couldn't prove it, but guess what? I know when you're lying. I said, Daddy, how you know? know, he said, whenever you get ready to tell a lie, you always say, do you understand? Do you understand? And you know what? I got to work on that because I always tell my wife now. You understand what I'm saying? See, when God knows your conduct, he also knows how you act. So you got an urgency and you got a calling on your conduct. Y'all got that? I got an urgency and a call on my conduct. Now wait a minute. I'm not going to be able to finish this today. But you know what I want y'all to do? I want y'all to go home and say, Lord, change my urgency and change my calling on my conduct. I want to start living like you want me to live. I want to be holy. I want to be acceptable. I want to be a reasonable service. Because God, I want you to be happy with me. I want to close today, and I want to close with this. You know, I was not a bad child. I was a child, Sister Alma. Have you ever known a kid, because you weren't popular, you did stuff to try to be popular? See, the reason I got in trouble is because I was the clown of the class. And I always had to whatever the other clown did, I had to do something just a little bit better. I was always trying to up somebody. And I want to close with this. Y'all ready? When you go through this week, I want you to remember one thing. God says you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. And no matter how bad